I want to begin my remarks by some of the most beautiful words in our country's history.
Donald Trump is the President of the United States.
Sadly, this is not any cause for any glee or comfort. I doubt anybody in this place or anybody that you know comes to Congress to take the oath of office, comes to Congress to impeach the President of the United States.
He says, Mama, look, you won. Bullies don't win. And I said, baby, they don't. Because we're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the motherfucker.
It enables effective public hearings, setting out procedures for the questioning of witnesses and continuing the precedent of giving the minority the same rights in questioning witnesses as the majority, which has been true at every step of this inquiry, despite what you might hear fulminating there.
That's right.
This is a congressional investigation.
A congressional investigation should not have the attributes of a grand jury. A grand jury is a non-adversary accusatory proceeding which is kept in secret for particular reasons, and that's to protect people who may be innocent and simply fact witnesses. That's not what a congressional hearing should be, and that's what Schiff has done.
And contrary to what you may have heard today, we give more opportunity to his case than was given to other presidents before.
That's a lie.
When you see that not only did every single Republican reject the Soviet-style impeachment process, but we were even joined by Democrats who couldn't stand it anymore.
We'll inform Congress on the very difficult decisions we will have to make in the future as to whether to impeach the president. That decision has not been made.
That decision has not been made.
That's what the inquiry will investigate, and then we can make the decision based
on the truth.
Come on, that's a bunch of horse shit.
The only harm that I may be doing to the president is I want him impeached.
I would support impeachment. I think that we have the grounds to do it.
Exactly. I think we are essentially in the beginning of an impeachment process.
I think that there is a lot of momentum towards an impeachment inquiry.
Yes, exactly what I feel. I think we've already begun.
And the way we do that is we begin impeachment proceedings now.
We have to get ready for impeachment with this president.
The time has come, Mr. Speaker, for the House of Representatives to begin an impeachment inquiry into President Trump.
It's time for us to impeach this president.
I believe Congress should take the steps towards impeachment.
He should be impeached.
I'm concerned that if we don't impeach this president, he will get reelected.
I don't know why the Republicans are afraid of the truth.
Donald Trump is innocent and the deep state is guilty.
This isn't about anything personal with the president. It isn't about politics. It isn't about patriotism. It isn't about partisanship.
That's Speaker Pelosi now apparently telling senior Democrats she'd like to see Trump behind bars. Based on no actual crime, she wants a political opponent locked up in prison.
Nancy Pelosi allegedly clashed with Representative Jerry Nadler and also said that she would rather see Donald Trump in prison as opposed to impeached.
This isn't about anything personal with the president. It isn't about politics.
Behind closed doors, according to Politico, the Speaker of the House told other Democratic leaders, quote, "I don't want to see him impeached. I want to see him in prison." Politico citing multiple Democratic sources familiar with that meeting. So,
Madam Speaker, Republicans say that this process is not due process for the president. Are these rules really fair, especially if they're requests?
Yes, they are. Now, they answered it once. Answer it twice. I'm going to answer it one time. These rules are fairer than anything that have gone before in terms of an impeachment proceeding.
Bullshit.
I'm not here to answer what the Republicans say. If you have any questions, we're doing appropriations, we're doing trade.
Well, in a way, you could say congratulations to Nancy Pelosi. She wanted a bipartisan vote on her impeachment inquiry resolution. She got it. It was a bipartisan vote against her impeachment inquiry resolution. There are a number of other Democrats who chose to vote the wrong way, who should have voted no, and they won't be here to serve with us anymore come January of 2021. Nancy Pelosi, as the leader of her conference, has chosen to sacrifice a few of her own members. Those members are going to lose for all of the right reasons. Because, as we've seen during this past vote, staffers were running around the Democratic side of the aisle begging members, don't cheer, don't clap. The eagerness, the happiness that Democrats have and their enraged liberal activist base at home has in order to cross-examine witnesses and present evidence. Every single thing that we've been saying over the course of the last few weeks on those points aren't here in this resolution. Now, Adam Schiff, as Mike McCall just pointed out, is the prosecutor, the judge, the jury, the chief strategist for lying and leaking. A couple days ago, he crossed into this new territory called witness coaching, and he wasn't very good at it. And it's not just getting close to the whistleblower. Get this, the jurisdiction of the Intelligence Committee is to look into intelligence-related matters. But Adam Schiff decided 2 days ago, in his most recent rule change, that in no way, shape, or form can you ask any question that has anything to do with the intelligence community. Now, you all are being used. Some of you are happy about it, some of you are not. But many of you are reporting 0% of the story. There was one story that came out yesterday in Politico that was filled with falsehoods. Just somebody lied to you. I watched CNN last night and I saw a host, one allegation after another, say stuff that just was not true. Your sources, those Dems in that bunker, are trying to create a narrative because Adam Schiff aspires to write the world's greatest parody. And I'll tell you what, right now as we're here, 2 floors below us, in the bunker, Adam Schiff's bunker in the Capitol basement, Adam Schiff is tearing up his parody. He's going to have to rewrite it. Why is that? Well, we can't talk about, they say, the substance of the depositions. But I'll tell you, isn't it kind of curious that you don't know what's going on today with Tim Morrison in his deposition? Why is it that you don't have the information, the opening statements? He was Alex Vinneman's boss. On the substance, as Jim Jordan just pointed out, the Ukraine aid was not even known to be held up by Ukraine. They did not say anything to us until just before it was released. And then it was released. And as Jim Jordan pointed out, guess what Ukraine had to do in order to get that hold released? Nothing. Now, Adam Schiff needs to release all the transcripts right now. On behalf of our constituents, on behalf of the American public, for everyone who's pissed about being misled by Adam Schiff and his cohorts hiding in the bunker of the Capitol basement, using you to lie to our constituents, release the darn transcripts. Let's have a conversation about substance. Because I'll tell you what, you lost the conversation about process. You're losing the conversation about process. Bring it on about substance, because our president was right in being concerned about corruption. Our president was right in wanting to look into interference in the 2016 election. And the president of the United States is right to be concerned about a corrupt foreign company run by a corrupt Ukrainian oligarch hiring the son of the vice president with no energy experience, no Ukraine experience, for at least $50,000 a year, $50,000 a month, and then the vice president of the United States, who was literally the most conflicted person out in the Obama administration to be running point with Ukraine, goes over to Ukraine and threatens the loss of $1 billion if they don't immediately fire the prosecutor who had an open investigation into Burisma and Zlochevsky. And I don't believe that Zlochevsky, Burisma, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden should be immune from scrutiny just because Joe Biden is running for president. And if that's not illegal, it should be illegal. And never again in this country should we have a son of a sitting vice president based solely on their name without any energy experience or any Ukraine experience being paid from a corrupt company run by a corrupt oligarch with an open corruption investigation into it. So on the substance, I say to Adam, bring it on. Release the darn transcripts and do it today.